So, students, in our last session, we have discussed till question number 68. Today, we'll discuss one question number 69. Yes, very sure. Okay, question number 69, isn't it? Which animal is on the verge of extinction in India? That means which animal is going to be extinct in future? Very less number are there in India that is going to be extinct. Okay, if the same thing continues, then it will become extinct. That is Great Indian Bustard. I think you might have read in newspaper. Okay, that is Great Indian Bustard. It was there in Pakistan and India. Now in Pakistan it has disappeared. Okay, completely disappeared. It is not at all there. But in India it is there, but very less in number. So the Great Indian Bustard is very tall, long-legged bird. Okay, under parts of the neck are white. Then there is a black crown on the forehead. Then upper body is brown. So almost male and female are almost they look same. Okay, like sexes are similar, but males have larger black crown, long hind crown feathers, and black band across the breast. So other than that, it has disappeared in Pakistan. Populations in India are severely reduced. So it should be Great Indian Bustard. Okay. So question number 70. Globulins are contained in human blood plasma, primarily involved in globulins. You have heard globulin is a protein. You have heard that immunoglobulins in our body. Immunoglobulin, in short, IgG, IgM. All these are antibodies. They are meant for immunity, defense mechanism in our body, isn't it? So the globulins in human plasma are primarily involved in defense mechanism. Globulins like immunoglobulins, antibodies, they destroy bacteria, virus, all this. So it should be option D, defense mechanism of the body. What is added to the blood during hemodialysis to prevent clotting? This we know. We have learned hemodialysis during the kidney failure. When kidney fails, till they get donors, what they do? Usually, they go for artificial kidney. That means hemodialysis. Dialysis means filtering the blood, removing nitrogenous waste from the blood. So usually they add anticoagulating factor, means anti-blood clotting. Because in hemodialysis machine, what we do, we remove blood from the body, then the blood passes through cellophane tubes. You know this, we have learned with the diagram. Then around the cellophane tubes, there will be liquid, that is dialysis liquid. Then cellophane tube is semi-permeable, it allows only nitrogen space to go. Then the blood, when it flows through cellophane tubes, it takes some time, isn't it? But it is outside the body. Once blood comes outside the body, you know, uh, the clotting starts there. So clotting should not happen. If clotting happens in the tube, then they cannot send that blood back to the body. So they add anti-clotting factor, that is heparin. But once they send that blood to the body, before that they add anti-heparin also, because it should be made normal blood. Okay, so it is heparin. Okay, so question number 72. Anther culture may be used as a technique for producing haploid plants. However, some diploid plants are also produced. You know, anther culture is used for making haploid plants, but sometimes diploid 2N plants are also produced because they use two male cells here. Two male cells. One is N, other one is N. Then there are chances of forming N and N. That is 2N. 2N is diploid. So as they fuse two male cells, that's why their chances are of getting uh, diploid. Actually, this anther culture is done to get the main aim is to get haploid cells, N cells, N cells haploid. But two male two male cells are used. They fuse two male cells, so it may produce two N also. So it should be option D. Parallelism is parallelism means parallel means there are two groups here, two groups which are closely related groups or relatives, close relatives. Two groups will have the convergence. Okay, so it is adaptive convergence with closely related groups. Okay, because parallel evolution means independent development in similar characteristics in two related groups. Okay, so in similar characteristics, evolution happens, but within two related groups of organisms. So it should be parallelism. So it is option D. Abiogenesis is a process of, A means without, bio means life, living organisms. They say that according to that theory, abiosis, they say that a living organism is formed. First living cell was formed by non-living things. This we have learned. Louis Pasteur, Spallanzani's experiment, and if you remember that swan neck flask experiment, he kept meat in a round bottom flask. Then some small flies were formed. All that story we have learned. Abiogenesis means formation of living organisms from non-living factors, non-living things. Origin of life from non-living organism, origin of life from living organism, origin of viruses and microbes, spontaneous generation. It should be spontaneous generation because theory of spontaneous generation we have learned. That is, meat was kept in a flask. Okay, then spontaneous generation. Spontaneous word refers to suddenly formed. Okay, they don't know the reason exactly. Non-living things found living. You remember that story what we discussed? Van Helmont is a scientist. Van Van Helmont is a scientist. You were laughing in the class when I said this story. Van Helmont used a sweaty shirt. The shirt had a sweat. His sweat. He has kept that shirt in a wheat barn. Okay, wheat barn. After 21 days, mice was found there. So that rat was found. He said the rat is found from a sweaty shirt. Okay, and in a wheat barn, it was eating wheat. Then from the sweaty shirt, it is produced. That is his own theory. Okay, so this theory was supported by many scientists like Thales, Anaximander, Newton, then Descartes and Van Helmont. Okay, then three scientists disproved this theory: Spallanzani, Francisco Redi, and Pasteur, Louis Pasteur. Okay, so it is origin of life from spontaneous generation. That is option D. Okay, question number 75. During germination of castor seeds, the activity of each of the following enzyme is very high. This is B amylase, beta amylase, or alpha amylase, because it is related to amylase action. So it should be alpha amylase, because during germination, alpha amylase, which is a hydrolytic enzyme, that enzyme level increases in the castor seeds during germination. That means in castor seed, when it is about to get germinated, this enzyme, hydrolytic alpha amylase enzyme level increases. Castor is endospermic or albuminous seed. The seed absorbs water through caruncle and micropyle. Okay, so it should be uh, option A, alpha amylase. Then question number 76. You see two figures there, two chromosomes they have given, left side one and right side one. What kind of mutation it is? They are asking. Whether it is deletion, mutation, duplication, inversion, reciprocal transformation. See, when you look at that structure, left side chromosome, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, isn't it? So in between E and F, that is a centromere, the center. Then what difference you find with the right side chromosome? You see the letters D, C, B, that is B, C, D, has come down, isn't it? So it is like that part of chromosome is kept reverse, ulta. So it is inversion process. Okay. So B, C, D has come down on the either other side of the chromosome. So it is inversion. Okay, so it is option C. The first self-duplicating units proposed have to be synthesized in primitive oceans. Do you remember that we discussed hot dilute soup in the evolution chapter when scientists explained how it is operin and aldane. When they explained the theory, chemical theory of evolution, they said simple compounds were formed first. Then that simple compound formed the first living part of the body, symbiont or probiont of the body. Not symbiont, probiont. Okay. Pro means primitive, first. Biont means living part. Okay, so first living part produced was genes. The nucleotide was first formed. Okay. Then genes together formed DNA. So it should be option B. Okay. First living part found in the oceans. Oceans, they said, because first evolution happened in water. So it should be option B. Uh, Genes. Okay. So question number 78. So it is, which of the following groups of plants propagated through underground route? So which plants propagate through underground route? This is vegetative propagation. Options: Bryophyllum and Kalanchoe, ginger, potato, onion and zameen kand, Pistia, chrysanthemum, pineapple, sweet potato, asparagus, tapioca and dahlia or dahlia. Sorry. So uh, what I was saying, 78. So it is sweet potato, asparagus, tapioca, and dahlia, isn't it? Sweet potato, asparagus, tapioca, all these are roots, underground roots. By using these roots, new plant will be produced. So it should be option D. Then question number 79. Which one of the characters are similar in E. coli and Chlamydomonas? What is the similarity? Ribosomes, definitely there is no similarity because first of all, E. coli is a bacteria which is prokaryote. Then Chlamydomonas is a algae which is eukaryote. E. coli is prokaryote, Chlamydomonas is eukaryote. So ribosomes of both the groups differ because in E. coli it is 70S type. Then in eukaryote it is 80S type. Okay. So prokaryotic chromosomes lack histone proteins, but eukaryotic chromosomes have histone proteins. But cell organization differs as bacterial cell wall is rich in uramic acid and algal cell is rich in cellulose. So it should be cell membrane, which is similar in both the groups. So it should be option D. Okay, so question number 80. Which hormones promote flowering of long day plants and also control sex expression in certain species? So for long day plants, that is, the plant produces flower when there is more than 12 hours of light. Okay, and sex expression in plants is also controlled by which hormone? That is ethylene, gibberellin, cytokinins, and auxins. Definitely, it is gibberellins. It has wide range of functions. Gibberellins are growth promoting plant hormones. Some species of plants will flower only if light is more than 12 hours, whereas that is long day plants. Some plants require less than 12 hours light, that is short day plants. Okay, so gibberellins sometimes also promote formation of male flowers on genetically female plants like cannabis sativa. They also replace female flowers by male flowers. Okay, sometimes monoecious plants of cucumber, also is because of gibberellin. So it should be option B. So which of the following biomolecules is correctly characterized? Which is matching? Okay, that is lecithin, phosphorylated glyceride found in cell membrane, palmitic acid, an unsaturated fatty acid with 18 carbon atoms. But you should know palmitic acid has 16 carbon atoms, which is having formula C16H32O2. So C16, definitely it is wrong. Adenylic acid, adenosine with glucose phosphate molecule. Alanine amino acid contains amino acid and acidic group anywhere in the molecule. So it should be option A, lecithin, which is triglyceride lipid, where one fatty acid is replaced by phosphoric acid, H3PO4, then which is linked to additional nitrogenous group called choline. Choline, CHOLINE, choline. It is common membrane lipid. It is amphipathic, which is having both hydrophilic polar end and hydrophobic non-polar end. Okay, palmitic acid cannot be a correct answer because palmitic acid is which is used for making soap. Palmitic acid is saturated fatty acid. Does not process double bonds in its carbon. It has 16 carbon atoms. First of all, they have given 18 carbon atoms in the option. So palmitic acid has a formula C16H32O2. Then adenylic acid or adenosine monophosphate is a nucleotide formed by union of adenine
Adenine is nitrogen base. Ribose, pentose sugar, and phosphate. It is formed through phosphorylation of nucleotide. So that cannot be correct answer. Alanine formula, do you know? That is CH2, NH2, CH, COOH. Okay. So that is alpha carbon atom comes in the center C. Then on the upper side there is COOH group. On the left side there is N2H or NH2 group. On the right side there is H hydrogen. Then downwards there is CH2. That is alanine. Okay, so that cannot be correct answer. So it should be option A, lecithin, triglyceride. So next question. Select the option which shows correct matching of the animal with its excretory organ with excretory product. Okay. Labio rohita, labio, that is rohu fish. Okay. Excretory organ, nephridial tubes. Excretory product, ammonia. Then tiger, salamander. Excretory organ, kidney. Excretory product, urea. Peacock, excretory organ, kidney. Excretory product, urea. Housefly, excretory organ, renal tubules. Excretory product, uric acid. In salamander, kidneys are mesonephric and are excretory organ. Uh, Kidneys are excretory organs and excretory matter is urea. Uh, so the option B should be the correct answer because salamander has kidneys and excretory product is urea. What about other animals? In labio, it is mesonephric kidney. Kidney is the excretory organ and the excretion is ammonotelic. Okay, but they have given nephridial tubes. It is kidney, so organ is wrong there. So peacock is metanephric kidneys with excretory matter is uric acid. So they have given urea there, but here, but actually they release uric acid. Then housefly, uh, excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules. Excretory waste is uric acid. Excretory waste is correctly matched, but excretory organ is Malpighian tubules in housefly, but they have given renal tubules. So correct option is salamander B with kidneys and urea. Okay. Then question number 83. What is the effect of GnRH? That means gonadotrophin releasing hormone produced by hypothalamus. Options: stimulates synthesis and secretion of androgens, stimulates secretion of milk from mammary gland, stimulates fetal ejection reflex, stimulates synthesis of carbohydrates from non-carbohydrates in the liver. So fetal ejection reflex, you know clearly that it is oxytocin, birth hormone. Then mammary gland milk is prolactin. Then gonadotropin releasing hormone, name only says gonad means reproductive organs, which stimulates anterior lobe of pituitary gland to secrete two gonadotrophic hormones, that is FSH and LH. Okay. LH in male activates Leydig cells or interstitial cells of testis to produce androgens, male hormones. So it should be option A, gonadotropin releasing hormone, which stimulates synthesis and secretion of androgens. Okay. Then in growth curve of a plant, maximum growth is observed in which phase? This S-shaped curve comes usually. The first phase will be lag phase, that is very slow growth. Then when it goes up, that is the arrow. When it goes up, that only shows that it is a maximum growth there. Then it becomes flat there on the top. That is stationary phase. So it should be option D, exponential phase, also called as log phase. Okay. Then question number 85. More important function of lymph is what? Transport oxygen to the brain, transport carbon dioxide to the lungs, return RBCs to the lymph nodes, return interstitial fluid to the blood. It should be option D, return interstitial fluid to the blood cells, because important function of lymph is to return interstitial fluid back to the blood. Interstitial fluid means some fluid will be there in between two cells. Like in between the cells, there will be gap. In that gap, some fluids will be there. That fluid doesn't contain components of cell. means the fluid doesn't contain anything from the inside of the cell. So it is nothing but a plasma. Okay. Also, it is also called extracellular fluid. It is present outside the cell. Okay, which doesn't contain any cellular component. So major function of lymph is to return interstitial fluid back to the blood. So it is option D. Then 86. Blackfoot disease in human is caused by, you know, if I tell you other name of this disease, definitely you will guess. The Blackfoot disease. Blackfoot disease is definitely because of arsenic, which is highly poisonous. Options they have given: arsenic, SPM means suspended particulate matter, fluorine, and cadmium. So definitely it is option A. Blackfoot disease is caused because of uh, consuming arsenic, okay, which is poisonous. Then question number 87. Pollen basket is basket made of pollen, simple basket, sac in flowers where pollen are carried, cavity in hind leg of worker bee. It should be option D, cavity in hind leg of worker bee, because on the last two legs of honeybees, worker honeybees, okay, there is one small pouch or small cavity depression. In that depression, there is a pollen bag. Okay, so it is called pollen basket. You can remember this information. Okay. Question number 88. Major function of respiration is options: transfer of carbon dioxide, release of carbon dioxide, release of O2, and anabolism. Definitely, it is release of carbon dioxide, because you know this glucose breakdown pathway, isn't it? Uh, During that process, mm, burning of food to form end products. Like, see, when breathing happens, final product of food digestion is glucose. Glucose is converted to pyruvic acid. Then the pyruvic acid, in presence of oxygen, it is converted to three products, if you remember: carbon dioxide, water, and energy. So carbon dioxide is definitely released in enormous quantity, and it forms energy in the form of ATP. So it is a catabolic pathway as it involves breakdown of food material. So definitely it is release of carbon dioxide. You know, during breathing, we take oxygen and we release carbon dioxide. So main function of respiration is to release carbon dioxide. Okay. Definitely we don't release oxygen, we release carbon dioxide only. Then a phenomenon when parasite parasitizes themselves is known as, it is options: hyperparasitism, parasitoids, monoxenous parasitism, polyxenous parasitism. So parasite itself becomes a parasite. Like, parasite function is it will affect host, other animal. It lives in the other animal. But here parasite only kills parasite. That means they kill themselves. It is called hyperparasitism. Option A. Okay. Then last question. Knock-Knee syndrome occurs due to if which mineral? Nitrates, phosphates, fluorides, heavy metals. Knock-Knee usually in the army selection, and all, the person who has knock-knee will be rejected. Knock-knee means, when the person is running, knee joint of both the legs, touch each other and they fall. They can't run. So they'll be rejected in army. So knock-knee has other name. It is called skeletal fluorosis. Name only says fluorosis. Definitely it is because of fluorides. Okay. Fluorides are given out during refining of aluminium. So when they refine, means clean aluminium, that time fluorides are released, which contaminates groundwater. So that water, which is having high fluoride, causes teeth deformity. So for children and all, they show advertisement, the toothpaste which doesn't contain fluoride. That means fluoride is very harmful to teeth, even bones also, hardened bones and stiff and painful joints. So knock-knee is also called skeletal fluorosis. So definitely it is because of fluorides. Okay, so we have discussed 90 questions of NEET paper. So 90 questions means each question carries 4 marks. So 90 into 4, that is 360 marks questions we discussed now. My request is you read all the chapters in the first year and second year. All 38 chapters you read, then you solve this mock test paper. So it will help you a lot. Okay, you will definitely judge the answers. So once my tips for the NEET exam or CET is you don't come to conclusion when you read the question, because you read the question twice. Second time when you read the question you get different ideas. Okay, then once you come to know that which is a correct answer, then you should also justify, you should also think why remaining 3 options are wrong. Okay, so definitely think twice. All the best. Thank you.